Alright, you guys have been asking. It is officially time that we seriously start the Genesis build. We've already had the Genesis for like almost 4 months at this point, and we haven't really dove into it too much. Like, I've had it here and we've done little things and I've said I want to start it, but we never actually like seriously started the build. And I will admit that I think I just took on too much at once at one point near the end of the summer last year. We got the S10 and then we got the Genesis, and I was still building the BRZ, still trying to dial in the Civic. So I got the BRZ to the point where I can daily drive it now, and then I want to focus my attention on the Genesis first, because hopefully if things start to clear up this summer, I'll be able to drive this car. So I want to get this car ready for like the season that's coming up. But before I do anything, I am wearing a sweater that is way too clean and way too nice to be wearing on a dirty day like today. So before we do anything, before I have to take this sweater off, I just want to show you guys the new Stay Committed hoodies. You guys have been asking for Stay Committed merch for a while, but for anybody that doesn't know, April 18th, we're going to be having a merch drop. So we have the new white Stay Committed hoodies. They have the little Spring 2020 Committed Crew patch down here. And what I wanted to tell you guys was that I don't want you guys to buy anything this drop if you can't afford it. I know right now is kind of some weird time. If buying merch isn't in your budget right now, please don't do it. I do have all this stuff though, and I do know that there's people out there that still do want to support. On April 18th, make sure you follow the Committed Crew Instagram for all the details and stay up to date on that. We'll be having these hoodies. We'll be having lower windshield banners. Hoping the jet tags show up soon. We'll have jet tags also. We have some leftover blue jet tags. But now, I think it's time we actually start this thing. So when we got the Genesis, it was a BK1. We basically did the front end swap, and then we've done just like little things like the exhaust. We kind of like fixed it all back up to get it inspected. And the last thing I did on the Genesis was I put this ARK Performance front bumper and hood and rear bumper on it. But something that we ended up doing was when we put it on, we made these little plates because this is a BK1 rad support and this is a BK2 front end swap. Now, it's never lined up perfectly, and then when I was trying to do the hood pins, just due to the angle of the hood, like if you guys look right here, it's on a lot more of an angle when the hood's actually closed than I thought it was gonna be. So I messed this all up. The hood pins don't fit anymore. We cut this whole rad support up to get the BK2 headlights in, and it's to the point where we're just like, let's just build a new one. That's kind of what's next. Yeah. So we are gonna get this car painted. I can't even drive this car right now because the hood will not close. So we kind of need to like check things off in an order that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Should we show them your car? Is your car like similar to what we're gonna do?
Kind of, yeah.
Let's show them your car. I'm a little nervous to do it, but I think we can pull it off.
You could do something like this.
Yeah.
This tube, it comes like this and goes down to the frame rail. Mine, I just did this so it's detachable, so you can take it off if you need to pull the engine out super easily.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that with yours. We're gonna do the exact same thing like that, then we're gonna bring a pipe that goes from in there, and it's gonna wrap around and go right back to there.
Yeah.
Or like the BK2 Rad Sport, we can just tube it because it's like cheaper, and plus you're gonna be drifting it. So if you hit something, the BK2 Rad Sport's just gonna crumble.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot stronger. It'll be a lot stronger, and it's a good chance for us to learn, because like all the stuff that we're gonna do on the S10 is gonna include a lot of fab stuff. So the more practice fab stuff we can do, the better.
Yeah, and it's just build it to the way we want it to.
So today, we finally get to open up all of these goodies, dude. Is that knife from the dollar store or what?
I paid about $6 on Amazon, so yeah. Yep, she was upside down. Didn't make for the nice unboxing you're looking for.
Bruh.
That's close.
That's tight. Dude, look at this little noodle guy. Alright, actually, want to pass me my dirty sweater before I get this nice new one all dirty? Ooh, much better. This is sick. We've been waiting so long to do this. You guys know, like, since the dawn of my channel, I've been talking about wanting to be able to like fabricate my own stuff and build my own parts and do my own thing. And we're getting so damn close to just being able to do whatever we want. So you guys can see this a little bit better now that it's kind of fully assembled. This is the Eastwood high capacity tube bender. This thing, I'm so fired up to start using this thing. You guys have no idea. To figure out where we want to put this, there's like a few rules. This is one of them. This needs to be on, because if we put it too close to the wall and then this is the handle and we smack something with it, that's not gonna work.
It looks like the metal comes through there and it bends it like that.
I think right here is actually the right spot. If we have, say we have one day like a 12-foot length, it can run across the whole wall being fed up into here. And then when we're not using it, it'll just kind of be like weirdly sitting kind of like that in the middle of the shop. But it's a super useful tool, so. We should be able to just use this motion. We have lots of room around here to move back and forth, which is nice. We just gotta figure out how to do this. Brad is super concerned with how this thing works. But we're gonna try and learn how to use this thing today, so obviously ignore us if we make any mistakes. I'll leave a link to this thing in the description below too. You guys know I love me some good Eastwood tools. Oh, you figured it out?
I think.
There you go, and then it'll stay up. Like right now it's about to fall down, but if there's a pipe in it, it should theoretically stay up. Yeah. But yeah, make sure you guys check out Eastwood. I use tons of their tools. They're always awesome, top quality stuff, and very affordable prices. I think it might be time to bring Genesis in.
I'm on board with that. There she goes. Oh, beauty.
That actually came off really nice. What I think is a good idea is we try to make this work as much as we can for this BK1, because these BK1s are kind of fairy dust. So we'll push some, we'll do what we can for what's here, and we'll expect to maybe rebuild the whole front end to fit maybe like a 2J or something.
That'd be cool.
It would be cool. I just had a really weird thing where I looked at the camera and I saw a wrecked Genesis in an empty warehouse, and it like brought me right back to the day we got this place. Other like if you get rid of the hoist,
yeah, dude,
it's like a naked ass shop like when we moved in here.
Yeah, it's weird.
On the way here today, we stopped and picked up some metal. Dude, we got such a late start today. We went to like 3-4 metal supply shops. All of them are like have weird hours now. We found one this morning. We picked up some supplies. Dude, the boys are rolling right now. This is a good day. We picked up just some flat stock, just a little bit, and then we just picked up some of this bar, another little thinner piece of flat stock. And then these, I think we just got these as extras, right?
Those just cutoffs.
Yeah.
Made it cheaper.
We bought the full 20-foot length, and then these are just the cutoffs that he had. And then we just got like 4 6-foot length of the tubing, because we figured we'd rather have a little bit more than not enough. So looking at this right away, I think we might have to change our entire game plan now that we're actually physically seeing what's behind all this.
Okay, so what I'm thinking is we put the light in, we'll tape it up just to kind of hold it, but we need to figure out how we're gonna get this bar to come down, and I figured we might as well do it with the light here, and then with the box and the ABS, because that's the most congested side, just so we want it symmetrical.
Yeah, we don't want to start winging stuff and then it doesn't actually fit. Dude, that's like literally not gonna fit at all. With this ABS module here, I don't know how we're gonna make that fit. That's gonna be tough.
We ran ourselves into quite the predicament.
We took a lot of stuff out. A lot of stuff we're gonna put back, but we just wanted to like clear space to do things. We're gonna take this out, but unfortunately this thing doesn't really move. And this is the ABS. This is currently our biggest problem, but we can't really delete it. At least not right now. All right, we thought this out. We taped up the headlight, and I think we have a plan to make this work. That was terrible.
No, let's grind out that, because then we'll put the plate right in there.
These are essentially just so that we don't have to weld onto the car. Gives it a little bit more strength where the welds are gonna be. We can weld, right? Like we're gonna be welding on something a little bit stronger.
Exactly, because this is paper thin. Well, not paper thin,
but
you know
it's pretty thin, yeah.
It's thinner, so this disperses the weight more, and then we weld the pipe to it. So we'll have a circle, and then more of it just gets dispersed so it's stronger.
That's the good part. Now we get to see if we can even use this new pipe bender we got. So we're gonna start on this side because this side's like super tight and kind of finicky, but the pipe fits. So what we're thinking is if we can put just the tip of this in the bender and get just like a slight Yo, this kid needs to relax with his dad's car.
That's annoying. Cool.
If we put a slight bend just at the tip, it'll make it so that it doesn't look like a 6-year-old did it on a huge angle.
Yeah, so let's just try and bend it at least 4 inches up.
Do we know if we even set this thing up right?
No.
All right, well, we're just gonna hope for the best here. As soon as you start bending, it's gonna go past 0.
It would have been upside down if we did it the other way. Is this supposed to go in there?
It is supposed to go in there.
Like right off the bat?
I do believe that's what grabs it.
I hate to do this, but should we watch a quick video?
Put your little pin down, And as you can see right here is...
There we go. How's the bend look?
That looks good.
Nice?
Yeah.
Because I know you were worried about that.
Yeah, no, it looks good.
Hey, dude, that is like almost perfect. Yo, the boys are rolling. The boys are bending pipes.
This is dope. Like, I'm actually so happy.
Holy. Dude, that's like perfect. You know what? Can we get this to stay here? Let's mock the bumper up and make sure the headlight's not too far out before we call it good.
Should I just quickly put a little tiny tack?
Bruh, that's perfect. How? I can't believe we actually pulled that off. Like, first bumper test fit and it fits mint.
I'm almost scared to like take it off. I don't, maybe like we could never get it to line up that perfectly.
Oh, we'll get it to line up that perfectly.
So you think we should take it off?
Yeah, your little tack's fine. I think we should take it off to replicate it. Dude, that's unreal. So what we'll do right here is we could just put just the tiniest little piece of flat right there.
Yep.
And then we'll just build a little piece that comes off this and loops over to there.
Yep.
Type deal to hold that one.
But I'm gonna go ahead and weld all that.
Yo, good job, brother.
That's dope, man.
That's killer.
We were looking at it like, oh man, I don't know. Like we got, but we got it.
People are gonna be like, Robbie, you're tubing an automatic
Yeah, no.
stock Genesis.
Don't you worry.
But you just,
Don't you worry.
don't you worry. That looks good to me. Brad's welds are nice. This side is kind of stupid because this box makes it really hard to weld. That's why we had to grind this down, but Brad's welds are nice on both sides. And then I actually didn't do too bad, I don't think. I think I did all right. I'm happy with it. These are, oh, this isn't a good spot to show them. All right, well, that's a little boogery, but like right here.
I remember my first time too.
Hey, you. All right, so now the fun part starts, because now we got to figure out how to get this bar across, and we're gonna have to have things on there to get the bar across, and it's gonna suck.
Well, we'll build the bar first and then build tabs to work around. Just gotta make it wrap around so it avoids headlights, front bumper, and the radiator.
I want to start by making a foot for the intercooler so that this is all kind of in one place and we can work around it versus building it and then we move it and we could have had more room or something.
Yeah, we can do that.
So Genesis has this like little intercooler footings on both sides of this rad support, and essentially that holds up the intercooler and the rad. Like everything is kind of supported by this. And then the top support was just to keep it from moving back and forth. So what we're gonna try and do is just recreate this that sits in here and then goes in the old rad support. This is the size tubing that we're using, and it just goes, and this is temporary, right? Like, yeah. I don't think I said that yet.
No, this is gonna be like 1, maybe 2 like drift days.
Yeah, because what we're gonna want to get like a front mount intercooler and a better rad to keep the car cool. But for now, while I'm still running this, I need something that's gonna hold it. Essentially, it'll just look like this. Is it beautiful? No. Is it gonna work for a couple track days until we end up getting a bigger, or maybe never even. Like we might not even go to a track day. We might just send it and break it off in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But right now, we can't really assemble the whole thing with it being wiggly, so that's what we're doing. It actually kind of like, when you just look at it, it looks like this bar just would go straight through. Good for now. Now, we can keep going with the exciting stuff. So we messed up just a little bit, but we actually recovered from it very, very well. Actual rad support bar, we had it just like 3 inches too long somehow. Well, not somehow, but we were measuring this. We actually measured like, okay, so if the bend starts here, that should be good. But we didn't take into account that this bend was like almost a 90, whereas this bend was more of a 45. just because it had to get around like this thick part of the AC condenser. We actually ended up being like 3 inches too long. We just cut it in the middle, brought it together, and then just like welded it, and I ground it down a little bit. So it's a little bit weird. You can kind of see where I ground it down, but whatever. Like, we make mistakes, we're learning. That's the whole point. So I wasn't gonna trash it, get a new piece and start, because I'm not trying to be like perfect. I'm trying to learn and have fun. It's a little funky, like it's not perfect, but it looks good. Like, I'm happy with that. I think that looks super good. It's a little bit of a bitch because this thing is like super thick. These lines stick out a little bit. And then this guy is like just a little bit bigger on this end. So when we were doing measurements, this side had tons of clearance, but this side there's like a big thick, ow, that's kind of hot. At the end of the day, the rad's just gonna sit like a little bit like that, like a little bit farther back. The whole time I'm saying like we're gonna build this to fit the OEM rad, and then the OEM rad is gonna be what we run for now, and blah, 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 blah. I don't know what happened. It could have even just been from us welding and like a little hot chunk flew and melted something, which is probably what happened. We're sitting here and we're letting the welds cool down, and we're just like looking at what we just built, and I'm like, Brad, why is there stuff on the floor? And there's this sad little, there, it just dripped, I caught it. I don't even know how that happened.
Very unfortunate.
Very unfortunate, like a super pain in my ass.
Yeah. So we just built it for this.
Right.
So, and there's no point going and buying another OEM one. Might as well just get a nicer one.
Yeah.
One that actually will like cool it better.
So I mean, this is where the rad sits. This is where it goes. We don't have to change anything. But what we're not gonna do is build these little tabs for these, right? Like, we're not gonna waste our time right now because we don't know how the next one's gonna sit. It's definitely a kick in the nuts. I don't know if it is called a condenser. I've been calling it that the whole time just because that's the word that came to my mind. How did I even get this out of here?
I don't know.
Ow, a little one of those. Oh shit, that's bad. Why, man? Why does always gotta happen? Am I able to run in there and open that back door?
I wouldn't.
Man, that's so illegal and bad.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not gonna hide that from them because they're gonna be like, Robbie, where the hell did that AC condenser just go that you were putting in? Let's just go over here and breathe. God, man, we were so close. So that happened. Like, that was a genuine mistake. And you know, remember when we first got the Genesis and I took the thing out, I took it, I flopped it over, I put it back, I flopped it over, I put it back. I've already done it like 4 times. So for me to just do that and slam it back in was no big deal. I want to run in and open that back door to let air flow.
Think you can hold your breath?
Oh, I can hold my breath. I'm the Michael Phelps of holding my breath. Watch this. I just want to like stress, don't do, like, I would never do this on purpose. Don't do that. It's really bad for the environment. That's a terrible thing that we just accidentally did.
Yeah.
Like, really don't do that. Don't do that.
It's not okay.
That's not okay. I'm actually like upset. Dude, I don't even know where it broke or what happened. Here's what I can tell you about it. We don't have it anymore.
Good news is, lots of new room.
So what happens now is start the car. Is it gonna try and pump shit out of there?
Yeah. For a second.
It is what it is. I brake cleaned it, tried to get rid of some of it, I wiped down some of it. All we can do now, keep going. So this is the short one that we used last time that I was like cutting down when I was trying to make it fit. Pretty much if we go, bring this guy down, and then we latch that in place, this kind of wants to be like right about there. So what we're thinking we're gonna do is instead of running like a whole new beam just to have this in it, we're gonna use some of that flat stock and we're just gonna come up off the back, do a 90, and that should grab this, and then if we think it needs more support, we'll do like another angled piece. Sounds like a good idea. I don't know how well it's gonna work. We're gonna prototype it and see how it goes. If you mount it right there, ready? Well, I'm just gonna try and put this wherever this is flattest on this, right? I'm gonna hold this right here. I'm not gonna move. You try and unlatch the hood. You might have to push it down a little bit. Beautiful. I got stuff hanging and dragging and not in place. But dude, this looks sick. It looks stupid really right now because there's no front end, but it also looks sick. And it is my rad that's leaking. Why you gotta do this, man? But yeah, so this is really cool. The hood latches work for the first time, which is kind of like, that's the last video I think I did where everything kind of went south and I screwed up the rad support for the last time, and I was like, you know what, we're just gonna make a new one. So what we did was we just bent these guys and we put this in here. Like, this is like a really strong. What I was gonna say we might do is just cut this completely flat and then kind of triangle this. So put like another piece straight up the back after we cut this bolt off, just to give it a little bit of extra rigidity. But I mean, just for now, this should be perfect to hold it shut. Everything's super strong, looks really good. Even this part where we had to like cut and adjust them, honestly, if it wasn't for it being shinier in the middle where I sanded it, you wouldn't really notice. But dude, it's kind of funny because it's like an automatic Genesis. It's still almost bone stock. to have a tubed front end, it looks funny, but at the same time, like, I love it. It looks out of place for now, but once this car is kind of done being built, it definitely won't. These things are kind of funky looking, but they do their job until we don't need them anymore. But yeah, so we got these guys welded up. I think what we're gonna do for bumper mounts is essentially the same idea. We'll just put like one on each side. We'll put one piece, it'll come up, bend, and go back down, I think. And we can just like drill a hole in the middle. That'd be probably the most stable support for the bumpers. That gives them something to bolt onto. And then all we have to do now is just put a little piece of rod that'll probably come off here and curve up to there, and then we just gotta put, using this stuff, we'll just put like 2 little tabs to screw the headlight to. And while we're at it, we may as well make a bash bar, because we got like 2 extra 6-foot lengths. Yeah. In case we messed up, and then we messed up, but we fixed our mess up. Yeah, exactly. So thank you for all of your help, because you did a lot of welding and stuff. But it is getting a little bit late now, and the girls wanted us to come home for Easter dinner, and me blowing up the AC kind of put a little extra delay on what we had planned, so we're not gonna be able to get everything finished today. I think what I'll do is I'll come back tomorrow, and when I'm doing the bash bar, which is basically like our other bash bar, just hit the bumper. So we just need to recreate it, but with the tubing and just a little bit thinner. It'll look really clean. Like having the bash bar come across here will kind of make it look a little bit nicer too. Yeah. And especially, I think my favorite part is just gonna be these little tabs. I think they're just gonna make it look like someone really tried. I hope you guys like this. I hope you guys enjoy the way it looks. We're late for dinner. We gotta go. I will catch you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out and stay committed. A cart for this bad boy? That should be our next building project.
Yeah, something quick. Like the shopping cart.
There's still a shopping cart down there. Shopping cart, welding cart.
There you go.
You want to go snag it right now, or do we know it's still there?
Yeah. I was gonna say it, but I didn't want you to shut me down. Really, that's it. I don't know which one to choose, because this one we got like a dual level, kind of more modern, sleek looking. And then this one, we just got the OG Walmart shopping cart. Do we really want to do a full bearing overhaul on this one?
Well, the wheels don't spin?
I don't know, this one's kind of pooch.
Oh, look at the camber on this guy.
Yeah. Nope. Oh yeah, dude, this one's seen some action. It's done a few grinds.
Oh, the wheels are beautiful. I don't know why these are down there. I think the company at the end had them at one point and they just threw them outside in their little garbage pile. We're not gonna talk about this, but one day we're gonna make this into a dope welding cart. All right, back to business.